Y'all been building cars before
the internet.
Yeah. Wait.
So, like, we're from the era where you hear about cars, but you've never seen nothing about them.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it finally does break out, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The internet takes all that wow factor away.
Yeah.
Your whole
It used to
car's
be
been
them days.
built.
Remember, niggas be like, oh, the so-and-so busting out this weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody coming out to see that nigga car bust out. I don't give a fuck who it was. They knew, like, they ain't seen it.
They heard about it.
Yeah, wasn't no social media you heard about. You just heard that weekend, nigga. Oh, yeah, so-and-so busting their car out this weekend. So that made whatever function was going on that weekend pop even harder just because they wanted to see whoever was coming out with a car, they didn't want to see that car. I don't give a fuck who it was. That was the thing about it. It wasn't...
You didn't have to be a big name.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that you were building something that nobody saw.
So back then you ain't have to be internet famous. You know, people got to be internet famous these days.
And that takes away from some of it. You know,
Right.
it's crazy. I'm building a car right now, and I ordered my interior from this lady, and she always posts everybody's interior. I said, look, I'm asking you, don't post nothing.
None of my
Right.
I don't want to see, don't tag me. I don't want that. I want you to see it when it comes. You know what kind of car it is, and you know you may have seen or heard something, but you're not going to see it until it's done.
Right.
That's a fact. That's how I'm doing this money car though. I'm already, man.
So is that what y'all think is the worst part of building cars now?
It takes away from it.
Right.
It takes away from, you know, we build these cars for our egos.
Really? For ego?
You want everybody for the ego and the fame.
Real car guys here. Not for the fame, you know what I mean?
Right.
They really love to dig this.
It's the fact that you're gonna have somebody looking, and to me there's nothing more satisfying than being laying in the cut and watching somebody look at your car and see something different on your car that's not on any other car. Be like, oh shit, look at that.
Right.
And you're laying in the cut watching it. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, because you know most cats always, if you showing every bill, motherfucker be like, well, and they get the screenshot what you doing, and they try to do that shit. They might be down there, they might be that just that one step closer to you, and just because you posted that shit, they at that step, they got actually putting that shit out first. So whatever you was putting out now, it's gonna be outdated because this motherfucker here has seen you post what you done did already. You just going through the process, so you really can't. You know what I mean? Shoot all that shit out there like it don't be
Like the reason I ain't posted my paint. I haven't posted my paint.
Yeah.
Cause I don't want nobody to
You
know.
don't want nobody to know.
You don't want anybody to
Copy my paint.
Somebody be in a paint shop ahead of you, you feel me, and be like, I want to go with that right there.
I want
And
to
now
add that
you
twist to my car.
You know what I mean?
Even though big shout out to Hot Shots, I got a 1-1 on my paint. But it's gonna be probably people who can get close to it.
Yeah.
But it's still my paint.
Yeah. That's how that shit is. I don't build any car. Most of the shit that I build, I didn't touch the gang cars. Like my bread and butter is convertibles. You know what I'm saying? That's my main thing.
So I heard that you might be like one of the lowrider, like kings.
That's my shit. That's my shit.
I heard so. Tell me how y'all became the lowrider king.
I became being front line.
Okay.
Don't give a fuck. Nah, this my partner in crime right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He done drug me around this motherfucker for 20-something years.
We've been friends
Yeah.
for a long time.
No, we've been friends for a long time though. But he introduced me to, well, my other partner actually introduced me to the shit, and we met through him, and the shit like, so I spill this story to everybody. Like how I started low riding, I'm in the Low Rider Hall of Fame now.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that. I got inducted in 2016, 15?
No.
16, yeah.
Lowrider
So
Hall
I
of
got
Fame?
inducted. Yeah, so I got inducted.
That's
there.
dope.
The whole little get down. But how I got introduced to that shit is like, I got out the joint and everybody in Vegas was low riding. It was hella crazy because you think low ride, you gotta have money, you gotta have this, that, and everybody had low riders. All the youngsters that was on the porch before I went, they riding. And I'm just like, damn. Drove what? Sugar car, Honda Luxury Sport. Drove that motherfucker, was like, yeah, I gotta have one of these. Got to have one. End up getting one. My boy that's about to come in right now, he ended up taking me to, I think it was Dragos and Marcus Allen Hop. Yeah. And they was at each other's head though. They was at each other's throat talking. I'm just like, damn, they tripping. You know what I mean? Like, damn, they tripping like a motherfucker. They end up hopping, the spot cracking, and after they hopped, we went to Macau's. Right across the street. And I think the niggas paid for the food. For everybody to eat, nigga. I'm talking about this a gang of motherfuckers. And I was like, man, wasn't they tripping? They was just tripping already. Like, man, that's what we do. We talk shit. You just don't cut deep.
Right.
You don't get disrespectful, man. You can talk all that shit they was talking and y'all still kicking it. He like, yeah, that's how I go. I go, this for me.
Okay.
I love this shit. This for me right here. From then on.
And what year was that?
That was fucking in 99, 98.
98, 99? Y'all been doing it a long time. Y'all some old men. Y'all been doing it for a long time.
45. Hell yeah.
You an old man.
I'm
Y'all.
47. I've been doing this shit
Yeah, that
since
nigga
90.
old. That nigga old.
Oh man, that's deep.
I had my first lowrider in 92.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell people like what he's saying. I always try to tell people this low riding and the way we talk is similar to pro wrestling. You know, when you're in front of the crowd, we got to put on the show. We're talking shit and we're
big
shit. But in the locker room, we're all boys.
We best friends.
We cool.
Yeah.
That was for the, you know what I mean.
And that
but
shit,
you got to make sure that people understand that it's not serious, because then you get, you know, people that aren't involved, or they may know me and like, oh, you tripping with him, and they flare up the shit over, and like, no, man, it's cool. We're just playing.
That's just for the cameras. That's the shit talking. Like, but that shit stopped me from gangbanging. Like, when I seen that, and I was just like, oh yeah, this for me right here, and it wasn't for real. It was just shit. You know, it's like camping. Nigga just running them all night. That's all you doing. You just ain't talking about a nigga mama. You ain't talking about nobody kids, nobody family. Your car ugly. You need some armor out on that motherfucker. You need a wash. Nigga, the exhaust leaking, everything. Nigga, you ain't got no windshield wipers. This how petty you get down to it, but you ain't said nothing disrespectful.
Right.
So that shit stopped me from gangbanging. Like, for real. Like, man, I could do this. Like, fuck hanging out doing this. I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga and my boy Dave, rest in peace, they started the shop, the Avenue. They started that shit. Came pick me up in the projects. Like, man, you want to work on some cars? I'm on the block hustling and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, work on some cars, man. You gonna pay me? He like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you, man. I'm like, shit, I got that Mustang in the town. Like, man, I just need to pay my car note, man. As long as my car note pay, we good. He like, man, come on. Start working on cars. This motherfucker died on me like 6 months later.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
This nigga grew up with him. Best friend. No, I had some years with him, no question. But this nigga's like childhood years with him. You feel me? And he ended up fucking passing away 6 months later. And it was like the shop we was working out of, dude. He was
an exhaust shop.
Yeah, exhaust shop. He was hella cool. So he was like, man, you can stay, man. Like, you can, you know what I'm saying, until you figure it out. Like, dude, and I'm just like, damn, man, back to the bricks I go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, shit. But shit just kind of flowed. You know, I'm building cars. I love talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I love being on the front line. Like, it was crazy. So, nigga, name just got to go. And I started doing convertibles. And it really just fucking flourished. You know what I'm saying? And I just always try to stand behind my work with shit. You know what I mean? And it picked up. Like, I created a job for myself, but I didn't even know it. You know what I mean? It was just like people. No, I don't think it's on. It was just people that just start pulling up from out of town like, man, do my car. I ain't touching your shit. Hell no, I was scared. It took me like 4 or 5 years. Huh?
Well, the crazy thing about it is he had a 2-door Caprice, and he wanted to do a convertible because there was a lot of Caprices. So he's trying to set himself
different from everybody else.
There's a dude in Cali, his name's Topo, he's real big in the car scene. He do the wide body hips and shit. He was doing the conversions, and I knew him from back in the day, so we hollered at him like, hey man, I know it's been a while since you did any Caprices. You do my boy Caprice? And he like, yeah, dude. And he would have told us something stupid like 15 grand.
I was like 85.
Or whatever the price was. Yeah. It was just like, he's like, man, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna try to do my own shit. Zena, get your ass back. He's like, you know what? Fuck that money. And what better car to experiment on than your own?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't a customer's car. It was his car. So he did the conversion, and like I said, he did that, and once he bust out, it took off from there. Everybody seen, and you know, like I said, it's just like anything else. You perfect your craft.
Yeah.
And I think it's a thing to where you just don't hate. You wait your turn.
Yeah.
You know.
But it wasn't even really about my turn. I was just doing this shit because I love it. Like, nigga, this shit is what I love. Like, everything I touch, nigga, I did there put a lifetime warranty on everything I touch.
Lifetime?
My name.
I'm gonna have to send you my car. A lifetime warranty.
If it's some work that I done did, I'm gonna stand behind it. If it break, I'm gonna stand behind it. Like, all my cars I do, like, all my convertibles I do, I wear my name, the date, the month and the year in.
Uh-huh.
So when I pass, all these cars I done did, you know you're gonna have these crazy motherfuckers. They're gonna put that time frame in sequence.
Right.
They're gonna be like, nigga, I got a 9 of 15. He did this car in January 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna put that shit together in sequence. That's my plan.
Right.
And I got a damn, good feeling it's gonna happen because all the convertibles I done did is out there like fucking everywhere. They come from everywhere. I don't got local customers. I don't even fuck with my niggas around here like that. I done touched like 2-3 cars and I ain't touching no more. But straight up, but for 20 years, all my shit is all out of state. Texas, Nebraska, Mississippi, Alabama. They just come from everywhere. I don't know them. I don't even see them. They don't even see me. Like, if you really pay attention on my page, I don't be doing selfies and shit. Oh, yeah, the compressor. I don't do selfie like videos and shit like that. You barely see me.
Right,
A lot of
facts.
motherfuckers don't even know what I look
I
like.
didn't even know what you look like for the longest.
Yeah. They don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying?
So you
Like,
ain't doing it to be
nah,
like
I don't
Instagram
want you to
famous
know.
or.
Nah, fuck that shit. I
Right.
do it for the love. It's crazy because I ain't had Instagram. I just got Instagram 2 years ago.
3 years.
Right.
Like, just got it. And that's because fucking, who was that, Raul?
Yeah, Raul.
Raul's like, man, you need to get Instagram. You need to get something.
He was right.
That shit. Like, I don't want no
Well,
motherfucking
it's
Instagram.
in this day and age, it's the easiest way to get yourself out there.
Right.
But I already be having so much work. I'm just like, bro, I want it, but I don't.
Well, not necessarily, because see, here's the thing. What you guys don't be realizing is y'all inspire people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Oh, no,
you ain't
yeah.
doing it because you're trying to be famous, and you ain't really doing it because you want to be well known.
Yeah.
But the reality is you're going to be well known.
That's how it's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't even know who you was before. I didn't even know who you was, but I knew who you was.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So people used to talk to me all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And then, down below them, they always going to talk about, So I'm just like, bro, I got to know these people. I got to get to know these people because, I heard great things.
Yeah, I turned double on to this shit.
Yeah.
Like, not cars. Double been having cars for years. Don't get it fucked up. Wave been having cars, but I taught Double and showed Double how to get out of town and network with people.
Right.
Like, bro, it's people out there do the same shit you do, my nigga. They love cars like you love it, man. Go find a nigga you vibe with.
Right.
You ain't gotta go make a nigga be your friend. You go meet somebody. Y'all go, what's happening, my nigga? And it's gonna go from there.
Right.
You feel me? Whoever it is. I take niggas to LA for New Year's. After that, man, he just took off and started doing his own thing, and it was just like, it was cool. I tell him all the time, like, who taught you that? He be like, man, you taught me that. I always just fuck with him, asking him that. You know what I'm saying? But, and that's just how it is. Because everywhere I go, motherfuckers love me. Like, once they figure out who I am, you know what I'm saying? Be like, you, for real? You the boy for me? Oh, man, listen, man, woo. Because they used to have, so before Instagram, it was laying low.
There was a
lowrider website called Lay It Low. And it wasn't pictures.
MySpace.
Like some MySpace or some shit like that. So it wasn't no pictures or no shit like that back then. You know what I'm saying? It was just pretty much just texts, and you might shoot a picture of somebody. I don't even remember nothing like that, but that's where I started to, just like tap in with people. And a lot of people would just be like, man, I've been following you way since Lay It Low. And I'm like, huh? And so I'd be tripping off of it. But like you say, you motivate a lot of people. And that's my thing, is to motivate people. I be trying to, like right now, my goal is to get a black car building TV show.
That's dope.
That's my goal.
That's dope.
Because it's not one on TV. But a lot of people don't know my nigga, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
But that's my goal. When I touch him like that, in Vegas popping on reality shows, all that shit, it be so many people that be tripping off of the shit I do, you know what I'm saying? Because they know where I came from. You know what I'm saying? They just be like, man, they be so many mothers be in my ear, be like, man, I'm proud of you, man. Man, I'm proud of you.
So do you think cars saved your life doing this?
Hell yeah.
Because you mentioned you were in a gang.
Hell yeah. I'm still in the game. I'm just letting you know. Shit. I still go to the projects. I still go fuck with the homies. Hood days, all that shit.
Right.
I'm not no active gang member.
Right.
You feel me? I just know where I came from, and I appreciate seeing my niggas that I grew up with. They still alive. They still around, the ones that is. And just to go back and touch bases, you know what I'm saying, and just go fuck with them. It ain't nothing. It's a couple hours out my day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pull up in a whip. You know what I'm saying? Do some flaws and burn some whatever, doing some shit like that.
Right.
I still go fuck with my niggas right now. I love my homies. There's
Right.
a lot of niggas talking, I hate them niggas out of this. Man, listen, if you can give your motherfucking self 20 years of your life to these niggas that you can put your life on the line, went to jail, killed your family, threatened your other black people. You know what I'm saying? You done did all this shit, and y'all made it through that shit, and you don't feel like you don't need to go touch bases with them people, and they still living. I hang with most of my niggas' kids right now.
Right.
You feel me? They just be like, oh, that's the big homie. That's the big. I just be laughing like a motherfucker, like, damn, nigga that old, you know? Because you didn't expect that shit.
Right.
You feel me? Nigga didn't expect to be. Well, I never expected to be 45. I've never been expected to be in this situation right here. Like, I really came from no hustle in the projects. Like, this shit crazy. But when you surround yourself with people and you dedicate yourself to one thing, and see, that was the thing too. I had to separate, like, if I'm gonna work on cars, I'm gonna work on cars.
Right.
I ain't finna work on cars, add a sack, fuck with a few bitches, nigga run around, do this, that. Just all that extra shit. Nigga, just put all that shit to the side, I don't give a fuck what you say about me, how you say it, because I've been the same nigga all my whole life. I tell everybody, I act funny as a motherfucker. That's me. I'm a Libra. That's me though. Everybody know that. I tell you, man.
Definitely Libras.
Don't pay me
Act
no
crazy.
mind. Crazy as hell. Don't pay me no mind. We
Right.
might be best partners today. Tomorrow I might walk right past your ass. Don't say this nigga get it the worst. He know he get it the worst because he can do it. Yo, today one of them days. All right. He just stopped talking to me. Like it ain't nothing. It's just
You can tell the response from the first question of the day. If it got sarcasm in it, okay, you on that shit today.
You on that shit today. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what I woke up on though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is hard.
Right.
This shit is hard. Like I do this shit by myself. Been doing it by myself for fucking years. So to be swallowing that pill every month, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get these niggas' cars out, not work on your own shit, and still do good work. The shit is hard.
Right.
Like I just hired my nigga Sean like 3 months ago. Out of the whole 20 years, it's hard for me to trust people. I don't want nobody come to my shop, get some work done, and be like, man, they fucked me in their shop. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I ain't finna see nothing out that's fucking bad work. Like I ain't doing that shit. You know what I mean? Everything I touch it's got to be right, or we gonna get it right. If it ain't right, bring it back, bro. I got you. I ain't finna argue no shit. You know what I mean? It's just so crazy. But niggas around here, like, I don't really even like dealing with niggas. Local niggas, I don't like dealing with them because they different than out of town people. You know what I'm saying? The money different, the attitude different. These niggas think, you know, like, I'm gonna give you a hookup anyway off top. Just because you fucking with me. Like, I'm gonna give you a deal.
I got to send my car. So not only you got the lifetime warranty, but you're gonna give me the hookup. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to get sponsored. I might be. I might be able to get in the lowrider game.
It's crazy, but yeah, it's you know, you just gotta stand behind. It's just good business. That's all you gotta do. Just good business. As long as you do good business, you'll have some longevity to it. You know what I'm saying? So. When you know that shady business and cutting corners, you know what I'm saying, and fucking niggas out their cars, that shit ain't cool. Ain't nothing fly about that shit at all. So why do it? Like I tell motherfuckers, I had shit come back. I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I let the nigga know, like, man, I'm not winning with you coming back to me. I'm not charging you for me to fix your shit. So something that went bad on my end, you feel what I'm saying? So a nigga just leave that shit to the side. Like, man, I'm gonna do it right the first time, and we done with it. I got more happy people out there than I do dissatisfied people.
Some people you're not gonna never please.
Man, you can't please everybody.
Right.
You can't. That's impossible. I'm telling you, I done had food trucks, restaurants, all that shit. You can't please everybody. It's like some motherfuckers like, oh man, your chicken's smacking. Other motherfuckers like, oh, you need to do this to it. Fuck you and thank you. And we gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So how was it growing up? You grew up in Vegas, huh?
Hell yeah, I'm a full-fledged, born and raised Vegas nigga. Like.
So how was it growing up here?
Now that I could play my shit back,
right?
It was fun.
Okay.
Like for real. I started getting locked up when I was 8.
8?
8 years old.
How the heck you get locked up at 8?
Stealing like a motherfucker. Listen. Stealing like a motherfucker at 8. You know what I'm saying? And stopped when I got out of prison when I was 21. You feel me? Like that was the last draw. Like, because I did all the little YAs and all that little shit. It was cool. You was playing sports. You know what I'm saying? They made you go to school. Nigga moving around other spots, you know, in the States. But when a nigga hit that penitentiary, I was like, oh, they ain't built for that. I'm not built for this shit. No, this shit is not me. It's not cool. Ain't nothing fly about it. You know what I mean? So
it's not like TV.
Hell no. And back then it was way different than what it is now. But so I just left out there. It just wasn't me. Like it's too much shit out here. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like I tell niggas all the time. Them casinos on that strip is asshole to elbows, and they make $1 million a day each or more, way more. But just picture that shit. They stack. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the nigga, they make all that money every day. You don't see them over there blocking the your interest in your parking spot, you know what I'm saying? So your customers can't get in over there and shit like that. They don't go through that.
Right.
So if it's enough money for them, why there ain't enough money for us?
Right.
There's too much money out here. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Way too much. Period, in the world. Not just Vegas, but here. But I just use that shit as a scenario so most motherfuckers can be like, man, you know what? It is some bread out here. Now I can't do my own thing and get my own money and don't got to do what he doing, and what he doing. You know what I'm saying? And the shit's just crazy, but I feel like I used to be a follower. I tell mothers all the time, like, man, you been a Leo. I don't look at myself as no legend. All motherfuckers always say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you a legend. Like, a regular nigga, homie. You can pull up on me, nigga. I ain't hard to get in touch with. None of that shit. But a lot of people do look, you know what I'm saying? Look up to me like.
You the big homie. You the OG.
Man, people did for years though. Like, huh? These be mothers come on like, man, like all out of Hawaii. Can I get your autograph? I used to be like, I used to bump him. Motherfucker just ask you for my autograph. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sometimes once you get caught up in doing what you love, you understand, like you're saying, the effect. We're just doing us and being us.
Yeah.
Right.
And we don't understand that we're influencing people and there's other people. And we all came from that. I mean, when I first started in the game, there's guys that if I run into now in the lowrider game that influence me, that I used to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so you try to keep your ego in check as you grow in the game. Is when people come up to you and be like, oh man, and they get to ask you a bunch of questions. Because you got to understand, before social media, there used to be videos. There's dudes who used to make lowrider videos.
And shit.
Right.
And boy, if you was on the video or you was in the entry, you know, and that's how we used to travel around and shit. And then you get people and I got friends that aren't even in the car shit no more. We would go to California. There's a yellow car that he owned. Actually, the yellow car, the first car that he ever drove that was a lowrider, put him in the game. That he owned, and then I ended up owning. And that car, we used to put in much work as far as low riding, hopping all over the place with it. I get people to this day. I ain't had that car in 13 years. They ask me about that car. Hey man, you still got the yellow car? You still got the yellow car? So when you see that, you don't realize like that car had that big an influence, and people, you know, so you try to keep your ego in check and stay humble. Exactly. That's the proper thing to say. Stay humble, but you know that's just the evolution of the game.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I've been sitting here thinking, he's talking about our buddy, my friend, and the guy who got him in, Dave. This gentleman right here started the car club that me and him. I'm the president. He's the vice president of. He's one of the founding fathers of the club. He's not into lowride no more, but we're still in the same networking circle.
Right.
And that's just how shit comes around. Everything comes full circle.
So tell us, for the people that are not familiar with low riders, what hopping is.
Hopping is when you bounce the front of the car.
So listen, the first time I seen a car hop, right, I was thinking, that gotta be the stupidest thing in the world. Why would you spend all that money on a car and bounce it off the ground to mess it up? That's gonna mess the car up.
If you build it right, it don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
Bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's no different than a race car.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
the same. You know,
go
why
down
would
and do
you
a
spend
bad
all
pass
that
and
money?
hit a motherfucker, you hit the wall.
You're right.
It's
You're
the
right.
same
It's the
shit,
same
you know what I'm saying?
thing.
You
So,
can tear it up.
but it's just it's a different type of, you know.
It's that West Coast life, for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for real. That's what really, when you see it, like, because everything is clean and classy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get cars that hot, but, you know, like, it's levels to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just complete, like, you got garbage out there. You got some shit. I mean, that's a lot of shit y'all see be real, like, for real, a lot of shit y'all see either be the show, don't,
Right.
you'll never see on the street shit,
Mhm.
or y'all see the junk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't never see like the in-between cars like my Chevy. I freeway, music, everything. Like, that's my war baby. Like, they know when I come, it's gonna be a show.
Right.
I'm coming to talk shit. I'm coming to hop. They know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So y'all never really see that shit. It just be our circle.
Yeah.
And see that. You know what I mean? Y'all see
Right.
the shit that like the commercial version of it and shit like that. So it's really just, it's a different twist. You know what I mean? It's just like jumping over the big wheels. Like,
Right.
I'm in a competition, like, period. Testosterone through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
nigga,
That's
what?
what it is.
We racing tricycles today. Let's do it. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? What? Scooters? Let's do it. Hold on. Let me find one. What you got? What? Electric bike. Hold on. I'm gonna give me one. Like, that's just me though. I like different. So I love meeting people. Like, when I go out of town, I be like, man, take me to the ghetto. I want to go to. Don't take me to the right side of town. Don't take me where the tourists go. I want to go. As long as they ain't gonna stick me up, I want to go where the niggas at. What's that? And that's me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, but once you get there and they be like, you find out the craziest thing about everybody, and this is what makes this be the craziest bond between me and other people. When I let them know, man, me and you love the same thing, and we don't even know each other, bro.
Right.
They be like, damn, huh? Because they think about their passion for a car, and they know me clearly, and they be like, damn, nigga, this nigga, you know what I mean? Like, damn, we do love the same shit. So that be that connection right there. Bam,
You don't have to be a low rider.
Yeah, it's just a car.
It's a passion for a car.
Right.
Yeah.
And a custom car.
Right.
Yeah. Some shit that you actually get to work on and put your hands on, and motherfuckers know your history. And I don't know their history, but as I sit and chill, I talk to them and I can feel it. And they'll sit back like, man, I remember that video from yeah, that one, man, I remember you now. It's all coming. You know what I mean? I just be laughing. And it's crazy. But once I get that connection right there with people, they be like, damn, yeah. And they look at shit completely different. Like, nigga, we talking about love. We talking about something that's serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, not no fake shit, not no fad shit, just doing it because the next motherfucker's doing it now. Like, man, because that person that you talking to, they know how much they love cars.
Right.
And they know, nigga, like you in the game, homie, everybody know you, nigga, they love, and they know you love cars. So, and that be that bond. So even like when I be fucking with big wheels, just doing it, I know I gotta separate myself. There's some shit out there, but I already know, like, nigga, everybody respect my taste. Like, everybody, people be telling me to do their cars, man. I'll say, man, what color you want? All right, and I go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what classy is, and I know what trashy is. I know what too much is, and I know what not enough ain't. You know what I mean? So a lot of people just trust my judgment. So when I build cars, I just gotta make sure my shit is always separate from the next. I gotta be a part. I can't be that same person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put my car in the parking lot and it just drive past me.
Right. You want to stop the show. You want them to be going right, going past what they had, like
breaking everybody neck. Everybody like, man. When I park, it's like, yeah.